Welcome back. Today we have a few functions that I like to show you. These functions are great if you are a DBA or even if you're just a programmer that you need to know who's on the server, what the server name is, what the server version is. So let's take a look at some of these functions. The first function is called version, at version. That's how you get that. So here when I run it, I get version Microsoft SQL Server 2016 Service Pack 1 KB knowledge base 318282545. So if you were to Google KB 3182545, you would get this version of SQL Server. SQL Server 2016 is version 13 on a 64-bit machine. Service Pack 1 was released in October 28, 2016, and it's running on my Windows 10 Home 64-bit edition. So that's great to know if you want to know what version you are currently on. Okay. The next one is the server name. So this is great because if you are working with multiple databases on an app or in an app, you want to have dynamic SQL. So by inserting the server name, you can figure out what script to run on what server. So if you were in need of pushing something out into multiple production servers, you can use server name to figure that out, or figure out to get the server name. Service name, SQL Server runs under a service name or service agent. Mine here is called Microsoft SQL Server. In production real-world environment, it would be either the machine name or a Active Directory name. Database name, DB_name. DB_name tells you exactly where you're at. So I am currently in the master database. I don't have a whole lot of database, but in this situation, I'm in the master database. So if I were to select the Stack Overflow database, and if I were to execute this, the DB name would be Stack Overflow. Then we also have DBID. DBID, when you run DBID, you get an ID of the DB. In case you want to know what the DBID is, that's the DBID. Username. There's actually two usernames. There's a username and S username. So this username is DBO, database owner, and the S user_name is the name of the actual user. So it would be your domain / your user ID. SPID, SPID, that tells you what SPID you are currently on. I'm on 52. And another way to identify your SPID if you're on this screen is if you take a look at the tab up here, you'll see there it says 52. So each of these tabs has a SPID that's open. Okay, a SPID just tells you here's an ID that's open and here's what's currently happening with that ID. And we'll show you how to see that in a bit. Then there's also a get date function. This is nice because sometimes you want to run parameters or reports where you want dynamic dates, and you can use the get date. Okay. Then we have this nice feature, wait for delay. So here we have hours, minutes, and seconds. So what it's going to do is it's going to say, hey, wait for 5 seconds. Once 5 seconds is over, print hello world, or hello world, print hello. So if I run that, we wait for 5 seconds, 3, 4, okay, there we go, and hello. Why do you want to use wait for delay? Sometimes you have a process that runs and you don't want to quickly run it, because if you quickly run it, you may overstep the previous process, or sometimes you need to give the first process some time before you execute the second step. So a good situation for that, or a good solution for that would be wait for delay. Then we also have print. Obviously, if you do print, it will print to the message screen or tab. If you do a select hello, let's see. If you do a select hello, it goes to the result tab. If you do a print hello, it goes to the message. Okay. And we have a one rows effective. If you don't want that, if you don't want to see that, and if you want to save some CPU time, what you could do is set no count off and then run it. I'm sorry, on. Let me get rid of this one. There you go. And now it's gone. It doesn't tell you any message saying, hey, one row. So let's try this. There's the one row affected. Okay. Then we also have go. Okay, go represents blocks. Like we could run all these select statements together like this. Okay, that's one execution. That's one block. But if you want to break it up into each blocks, you would put the word go. The reason you want to use go is it's a block of code. When it's done, it frees up the resources, and then it goes to the next script, and it does its thing, then it frees up the resources. This is important if you're dealing with millions and billions of records. If you're dealing with 1,000 records, or in the thousands, mid-thousands, it doesn't really matter. But when you deal with big data, it does matter. Okay, so let's take a look at another usage of go. So I have select hello, and if I wanted to select hello, let's say 5 times, I just go 5, run it, and there it is, 5 times. Okay. Let's go back to SPID. SPID 52. What does that do? Okay, let me show you what that does. There's a store procedure called sp_who2. If I run that, oops, exe, how about just who? Okay, msdb.dbo. There we go. Let's do who2. Who2 has more information. There we go. So if I scroll down to SPID 52, that's me right there doing a select into. Okay, my login is desktop 2. Disk IO input output is 13 milliseconds. That's how fast it took to go to the disk and read. CPU time 16. Okay, so the next thing I want to show is when you're writing code and you need to refer to, well, where's the issue at? You know, there's a bug somewhere, or if you need to show somebody over the screen. Well, take a look at the username. I'm like, oh, where's username? Well, one way to do that is you can do tools, customize. I'm sorry. Tools option, text editor. Let's do general. Okay, oh, that's fine. T-SQL. Okay, so let's under T or transact SQL, select line number, hit OK, and now we have our line number. So now I can quickly say, hey, check out line number 15. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. It's right here, 15. And there's our SPID. Okay. Again, there's 2 sp_who. So when I run both of them, sp_who shows me this information. sp_who2 shows me a little bit more information. Okay, so if you need like CPU, disk usage, Last batch program, you would use this. The program name, this is pretty neat. If you have applications that are running on, let's say, a IIS server or SSIS, it will tell you the program name, so you know exactly where it's coming from. Okay, well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the quick video on some of the neat functions that SQL has to offer, and subscribe to the video. Thanks for joining. Bye.